And
Also, you said something that I wanted to point out, and I'm sorry for interrupting you. Football's simple. Just get the best player available. Like, why do we always overthink things and overcomplicate things and say to ourselves, SESKO is a better fit than Gyökeres, even though he scores way less goals? Or we look at Nico Williams and we say Nico Williams is cheaper wages, and he's gonna do this and this better than Rodrigo, even though Rodrigo is a better player. To me, it's just simple. The club should go all in for Rodrigo, Gyökeres, and immediately we improve our attack massively.
But for me, anyway, and I'm pretty sure this other club works as well. If it's not, fair enough. But this is for me how it works. There's three things that need to happen for any transfer to happen. One, does the player want to come? If the player wants to come, then we've got at least a starting point. Two, does the financials make sense? Like, do the financials make sense in terms of how we negotiate and the contract and the bonuses, signing bonus, blah, yada, yada. And third, and this is the most important, because if you can't platform the player correctly in your team, then you should not be buying the player. And I feel like we've done that too many times. We've bought players like Kivior, who's filled in admirably at the end of the season, like a Trossard, who is very good at shooting but doesn't have the legs to run in transition as much as a Nico or even a Martinelli if that's how you want to do it. But the point is, if you're not platforming players, the gap in terms of how you platform players is where the edge is. You look at a guy like Anthony, who has been rubbish in one league and platform correctly in the other league. I don't watch Anthony. I don't watch Betis, but from what the reports are, he's not doing much better. So he scored some goals. So it's not about just who is the better player. It's who can you profile, and not profile, because that word is way too overused. Who can you platform correctly? Can you platform a Nico Williams correctly? I think we can platform a Nico Williams perfectly. We've seen what we can do with Yamal, that partnership, etc. But I don't want to go too far into transfers. The point I'm trying to make here is, if you need to buy the best players for this team, and no excuses. No excuses. That's it for this team.
Gyökeres is the best player.
For me anyway, I prefer Benji. I'm a Šeško guy, but
Aren't you overthinking it?
No, I'm not overthinking it. I'm really not. And it's not because Gyökeres is bad. That's not the point. The point is I think that we can, as I said, as it goes to my logic, I feel like we can platform Benji better than we can platform Gyökeres, because Gyökeres, for example, if Gyökeres goes to a Liverpool, he kills it. If Gyökeres goes to a Newcastle, he kills it. I don't think he kills it at Man City. I don't think he kills it even at Chelsea. I don't think he kills it with us. I feel like in teams where strikers and attackers are platformed in a way that they can run past the line, instead of having to deal with players dropping off a bit and sitting back. I think for that I would prefer Benji, because I think that I know we can create specific chances with Benji that he will score. I know he can hit a back post header. I know he can shoot from outside the box. I know that there's multiple chance creation methods that I know that Benjamin Šeško can do. And with Gyökeres, I feel like we don't platform him the best. If I'm him, I don't want to come to Arsenal. Not because it's a bad club or this or that. It's because I feel like there are teams that it better suit my abilities. And that's that simple.
I would disagree, and I would just say Viktor Gyökeres, from what I've seen, he's capable. He's an adequate finisher in tight spaces, running up onto goal. That's one of his specialties. But in tight spaces, in and around the box, when he does receive the balls from crosses from wide areas on the ground, he's done very well to finish those chances off. And anytime I've seen him finish a chance in and around the box, it is very much tight, under control passes. And I could see him very much get one of those through balls from Zubimendi, or one of those passes from Odegaard, or one of those cutbacks from Saka and feast. Same way, I could see him add a different element to our attack adding more of a counter-attacking option, because we really don't have too much of a counter-attacking threat outside of our wingers, because our strikers, let's be honest, Jesus, be it Havertz, they're not really counter-attacking strikers. They're not
No.
people who are going to run with you, where Gyökeres is someone who's going to run with you or with the ball. And
Okay, let me just
he can also create him by himself. I've
Mhm.
seen him take free kicks. I've seen him take the ball from nothing and just create something out of nothing, shoot from outside the box. He's out, and I know you don't really look at XG, but over a 3-year sample size, he's overperformed his expected goals, which tells me he's a very good finisher in and around the box, and for the amount of shots he takes.
which is fine. Look, I'll counter with one thing. And again, if we get Gyökeres, it's a perfectly great signing. Like, I don't think it's a bad signing at all. I think that we have to differentiate between choice and identification of quality. He's quite clearly a very good striker, but my thing is very simple. How do we funnel our transitions? Where do we funnel our transitions to? Do you remember?
Most of our transitions go through the wing,
Yeah, which wing?
the right or the left.
So they end up at the left. We build right, we attack left, right?
No, but when we break away,
When we go in transition, right? Because Kai will pull right. Kai, when he's striker, pulls right. He heads something down. A Saka, or maybe if Martinelli is free, we try to. He usually ends up around center right on the pitch, and he'll head something down, and we'll try and create the cutback for the left side, because the left side has the free runner. Okay, so my thing is, if you're going to have a system where your striker needs to be able to, like, look, if you would play the same two striker formation we did against, for example, Liverpool in 2023-24, where it's sort of like both strikers are a bit deeper, but one could push further ahead, etc., etc. Gyökeres is fine for that, because Kai will take the more dual transition moments in terms of aerial duel, and then you can have Gyökeres running behind. Absolutely fine. If you're playing him as on his own, you're going to need to have someone that has the ability to spin, which he does, or actually just control and hold off his defenders. I believe that Kai does it. Out of the three options, Kai, Benji, and Gyökeres, Kai is the best at it. Gyökeres will probably be third at that, and that is the main thing. Because if you want transition pace, you want to have someone that actually can play in terms of being able to chest it down, get it to the player, and then run on, because that is one of the main things we need. So I think that if you have someone like a Gyökeres you can sort of have it in terms of having him as play as the deep runner and have him run through the left and then get on the end of it. But again, these are all preferences and all different chance creation methods and how you want to do it. I think the easiest fit is Šeško. The easiest fit.
I think right now, I think Gyökeres is at a level I don't know if SESKO is ever going to reach. And I would rather have.
I'll put it this way: there are more things
rather,
that Šeško does.
1 second, let me just look at Man City. Erling Haaland is not a good fit, but he's a really good striker. I just want the better goal scorer. I want the person who's going to score me more goals. And I think from there, when you have the better player, you're gonna reach better results. Right now, he might be the better fit, but there's no guarantee he will ever reach the level of goals that Gyökeres is getting.
I will tell you something right now, that there are more things that I can see with Šeško in terms of his ability to do different things. For example, his ability to hold up, his ability to do things overall are at a higher overall level. There are things that Gyökeres does at a great level, and then there's others that he doesn't do so well. But the thing is, I know from what we've done with Kai in the past, the things that we need to coach Šeško on, his ability just to hold off defenders at times, use his body a bit more. He needs to realize that he's 6'5". Like, these are things that he needs to do. I know that's coachable.
How tall is Gyökeres? How tall is Gyökeres?
Gyökeres, I think I'm not sure. I think around 6 foot. I think 5'11", something like that. I'll have to check. But my point is, someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. My point is that I know that the skills that we need to teach
6'2".
Šeško are very coachable.
Gyökeres is
Whereas
6'2".
is he 6'2"? Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
height for that.
perfectly fine. Do you remember the Sporting game before Saliba went off?
Yeah.
Right, he was a menace at times. Like, he was able to just run at defenders, run at defenders, and he was
There
very
was
good.
one time where he hit the post and he
That was off
basically
Kivio, though.
he turned one of our
It was Kivio.
defenders, and he went all the way into the box by
Mhm.
himself.
By
And
himself.
it's like that kind of stuff right there. I do think us playing Sporting maybe gives us more of a maybe changed a little bit of our
Mm.
perspective, because even though he didn't score a goal in that game, I think he was a handful to deal with.
He was a handful. Oh, no doubt about that, and
And
again, as I said, this is yeah.
I didn't see the same handful when SESKO played against Man City. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, remember, this has been one of they don't even have European they have no Champions League football. RB Leipzig, they've had one of their they
No,
had
I'm
a very
talking about last year.
last year even. Even last year there were issues there. They had Openda and Simmons and Šeško. They all played very well together. And I think that if you look at, I'll point to games like Juve in the Champions League. If you go watch that game, if you want to see him at a peak level, watch the Juve game or watch him against. I remember. I think it was Barca he played once. That he played very well. Like there's
No,
games where it can all go through. But my point is that in terms of a skill set, I trust what Šeško brings more than what Gyökeres brings. Even though Gyökeres is probably the better striker.
you know what?
Probably,
This video is gonna run a little bit too long if we keep
yeah,
going. But I will tell you this: great conversation. I think we need
yeah,
to bring this back, do a whole live video. Hopefully,
yeah.
everyone enjoyed this video. We had two full discussions in one. So the first part of the conversation was about this season being one of Arsenal's worst seasons since Arsene Wenger left. Do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? Let me know in the comment section. Also, do you guys care more about fit and smart investment, or do you care more about just who do you think is currently the better goal scorer and would come into your team? Let me know, who do you think would you'd rather have, Gyökeres or SESKO, in the comments. And we're out of here, people. Thank you, Corinne, for your time. Everyone, you can go catch him. Yeah, let them know where they can catch you.
I'm just on Twitter, man. Just current BAP if you want to follow. I might do another show or podcast at some point, but I'm not sure about that. I haven't really got much time these days, but we'll see.
There you go.
We'll see
Enough
what
said.
happens.
There you go, guys. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Catch you guys in the next video. Love for the love, and we're out of here. Peace. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and leave a comment down below what you thought of that video you just watched.